Monday morning in Toronto, and I'm just out for a morning walk. Gonna recap my weekend. Down at the Canada First rally on Saturday. That video has garnered a little traction. If you want to see that video, I'll put it at the end of this on a thumbnail. And yesterday, if you're a Canadian ice hockey Olympic fan, it wasn't a good day for you or for myself, but I don't want to touch too much on that. What's done is done. Canada outplayed them and we lost. That's the end of that story. I haven't followed up with any news outlets or any sort of social media with regards to the game. I'm obviously dejected with regards to the outcome, but I'm moving on. What I will touch on with that game is how it is being politicized by the Americans and the elbows up libtarded Canadians. I even seen one guy, I don't know if he was in Italy or somewhere else. He was wearing a current Canadian ice hockey Olympic jersey, and it said 26, and it said elbows up on the back of it. That's an embarrassment. To have any association with that libtarded movement and our ice hockey history or our ice hockey programs in Canada it's insulting. That's what I'm upset about. Like I said, the loss was a hard loss, but I'm more upset about how the Americans and how Donald Trump is going on about it. But now that is just further propaganda. It's further division between the two countries. Like I've said, Donald Trump and Mark Carney are playing this, and what is going to be a really hot topic for Canadians in Canada during the Olympics is hockey. So why not fold that in and make it political? That fork-tongued lizard Mark Carney is not Canadian whatsoever. He's an embarrassment to this country. He's a disgrace to this country. And any time that you associate any sort of Canadian history or Canadian legacy to that name makes me nauseous, to say the least. I'm a little charged up this morning. I guess I'm feeling better. My cold is finally subsiding. Using the Canadian Olympics as a political prop to further that perceived wedge between Canada and the United States, it's disgraceful. Now, I was watching this morning a podcast by Peter Mansbridge. Peter Mansbridge is a former CBC anchor, news commentator, journalist, and he had some French non-binary woman on there or whatever. It looked like a French dude, but I think it was a woman. And she was saying that there is going to be more floor crossers, and they will be coming soon. So crossing between conservative and liberal. Now, Peter Mansbridge even said, the election's almost a year old. Like, what's taken so long? And this French paid propagandist from the CBC said, well, it's a personal decision. It takes time to think about that. Yeah, you know what it is? No. What's going on is completely illegal. That Dan the Beatty cuck, Matt Genereux, said in November he was going to step away from politics. He is retiring from politics. Then he comes out and says that due to Mark Carney's revelating speech in Davos, which was a plagiarized piece of shit, he's saying that that's what coaxed him to come out of retirement and cross the aisle and go into the Liberal Party. Now, Mark Carney has publicly promised him an economic advisory role and a securities advisory role within the Liberal government. Now, what that fully entails, I'm not sure. But if you do a Chat GPT or a Google search, and you just punch in or speak into your phone, however you do it, and say, is bribing a political official in Canada illegal? It'll pop what I'm going to put up on the screen for you to look at. And basically, it's totally illegal. With punishment up to 14 years in prison. So what's going on in this country is completely illegal. I'm gonna use some spicy language. The fucking RCMP in this country is complicit in the liberal crime syndicate. The RCMP are the organization that is running cover at very high levels for the Liberal Party, because they're all complicit in it. Then that all trickles down. You look at our police force; it's wrapped up in a scandal right now with regards to corruption. When I was down at the Canada First rally on Saturday, there was a native gentleman, an indigenous gentleman, tearing into the cops, and he mentioned on several occasions, for I would say a good minute, how corrupt the police are in this city. And you know, as much as I looked at the guy like he was a lunatic, I have to say that he was speaking the truth. So it comes from the top down. So if you got your federal police force that is corrupt to the core, and you're expecting your provincial and your municipal police to not be, it doesn't make sense, right? Shit runs downhill. So there's going to be more floor crossers, and I predicted that as well. So he's going to get his majority. There won't be no election, and all done illegally. What would prompt someone to sully their name to the point where they're going to be forever known as a turncoat traitor? It's got to be, the remuneration has to be in the millions and millions of dollars. Now you're thinking, Dewey, well, millions, that's a lot of money. No, that's chump change. They just got to push the button and print more money. The Liberals don't give a shit about money. They are in it to fill their pockets and to steal. They're blatantly stealing. They're not even trying to hide it anymore. They know they have all levels of policing in their pocket. They know they have all levels of the judicial system in their pocket. They are untouchable. They are unstoppable. We have radicalized masculine women at all levels of politics, and we have beta feminized cuck males at all levels of politics and all levels of government. So what do you think is going to happen? This is the end result. People like me have allowed this, and people like me are starting to speak up and getting sick of it. So I'm just out for a little walk here, coming by to see how my watchdog's doing. But if you got any questions, comments, or concerns, put it in the comment section. Dewey's a little amped up this morning. Thanks for watching. Bye.